Hey, welcome back once again to the channel. So today we'll have Bungou Stray Dogs openings 1 to 3. I believe there's a fourth opening, but I can't find it. So we'll just have 3 openings. Okay, so what about the show do I know? For the first time, I know absolutely nothing. Like really, I don't know anything about the show. What I'm getting from the title card is it's about people who are stray, maybe on the streets, stray dogs. So I'm guessing rap, hip hop kind of influences in this show. And if I were to talk about what kind of vibe I think I'm going to get from this, is something similar to Bacano or Durara meets Tokyo Revengers. I hope that's a clear picture of what I think the show is about. So yeah, what I'll be doing is I'll watch these 3 openings. I'll judge them how good they are, the music, visuals, and how well they, I assume, represent the show, and also what the potential of the story is and what I can glean from what this show is about. A lot of investigative analysis. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Let's get on to this. Okay, electronic music. Pan to the city. Seems to be a fictional city. Someone's falling from the building. This opening is gonna be good. Sometimes you can just tell. Okay. I like the song. Okay, a couple of cool people walking slowly in the street. Both sides. Yeah, this is what was giving me the Bacano vibes. Or Dora vibes. The usual suspects shot. I feel like a lot of quirky characters in the show. A lot of insane, crazy characters. This guy's the ultimate badass with his hands in his pocket. Man, this is a great song. Definitely matches the visuals. Okay, it's an action show. Fights. I see. Definitely feels like a bunch of strays. Blood Moon. Okay. Wow. All right. Pretty cool opening. The music, most music in most openings is good, but this is one of those standouts. So yeah, expectations are set high for opening 2 and 3. All right, so we have an establishing shot with kind of like a drone aerial view tracking very fast through the sea, and then we get what looks to be a shoreline of, I'm assuming, Tokyo City. And it's pretty interesting that so many shows employ establishing shot of Tokyo City, or what I'm assuming is Tokyo City. I'm not sure if there are these tall towers, and there's always a Ferris wheel, and also there's this dirty yellow industrial look to it in the background. Pretty good how different openings have this different renditions of Tokyo City. And throughout this opening I got Durara Bacano vibes. And then we have this guy who just surrenders to his fate. He's falling, bandages all around. Pretty cool character outfits for all the characters. That's something that I observed. And then you have establishing shots for all the characters. Again, the kind of outfits they're wearing, very similar to Durara and Bacano. I wonder if this is set in the modern era or maybe a few decades back. This girl looks like the girl from Demon Slayer. It's my first observation with the butterfly. Okay, so they're not enemies. These guys are not enemies. They're just coming together and then marching towards what I'm assuming are the villains in this very famous shot of, if you have seen the usual suspects, this is where this shot comes from. I've seen that employed in many places. This one of them. These, I believe, are the villains. Even quirkier characters and character designs, all of them, they have these long waistcoats, right? Yeah, waistcoats and scarves and everything. Pretty. Which era was this in America? 1960s, 1950s, I'm not sure. But they have that vibe going for them. And you can tell from the way they're standing. I like how, you can tell a lot about the characters from few brief seconds in the intro itself. And then this guy's clearly crazy. And you have some count sitting near the candles. We don't see him. We come back to this guy. He still has his eyes closed. He opens his eyes at the end. And you have a bunch of his teammates, some more shots. And then they all open their eyes and start fighting. The action scenes in this is pretty cool. There's definitely magic there, but a lot of handheld fights, a lot of close camera fights. It'll be pretty dynamic, pretty interesting to watch. So again, I got a lot of again I keep repeating those are Bacano vibes. These seem to be the two main characters. And you have this guy, everyone walks towards him, and the blood moon. And the song, as always, really complements the visuals. It goes with the beats of the visuals. So that's a big plus. A lot of openings don't do that. Yeah. Pretty groovy, pretty stylistic show. Can't glean too much about the plot. It's more about the characters that the opening was trying to establish. So I think this is a character-driven show, not exactly a plot-driven show. The characters really drive it, their quirkiness, their mingling with each other, all of that. I think we'll move on to the second opening. Let's go. Okay, we're starting with this character. He's definitely one of the more important characters. Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good shot. All of them in shadow, and then the light comes. See how this song fares. Same vibes from first opening. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the heck was that? Oh. Okay. Wow. Are these the same characters? Yeah, same characters from that. Criminals. Man, the fight scenes look good. This guy seems to be our protagonist. The character that we will be following in the show. Definitely. A lot of focus on him. Chains. There's two factions that are fighting against each other. Seems to be the main plot of the show. Organizations. Two organizations. I wonder what they're fighting for. None of the characters seem boring. I see. Okay. Alright, opening 2, pretty much of a banger also. So the establishing shot was definitely the standout. I'll tell you why. So this right here, the thing about this shot, maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the lack of lighting on their face, I don't know what. I'm guessing that normally these kinds of shots, you have the characters in complete shadow, you don't see them. Okay, but this opening, it shows them almost in dark, but you can see their faces, you can see their eyes, and it lingers on this for a second, an exact second, and then it lights up. I really like this because it's like they're staring at you, and at first you don't see them because you are looking at the building, and then suddenly, oh shit, they're just right in your face. They're looking at you before you even look at them. I don't know, something about it that just clicked for me. I really like how they did this. And then you get the title card, and then black red splashes, and then they turned this into something like a, you know how you see in Marvel movies or in Mob Psycho, where they're showing the manga panels as they transition into it with all the textures that they use in manga, the dots and lines. So this is how I know this, like, unless it's an original, I'm not sure. This is done by Studio Bones. I just found out. That's why the animation is so crisp. And I don't know why the F you have this shot. I mean, this looks like a whale or a fish. It looks like a huge blimp in the form of a whale. I'm guessing it's one of their powers, but look at the scale of this thing, dude, seriously. I believe it might be his power because he's just standing there, posing like a badass, who seems to be our main character. And then this faction, I believe, is a third faction. I haven't seen them in the first opening. So I believe there are 3 groups, if I'm not mistaken. But something else at the end of this opening made me think otherwise. So you have this, which seems to be the enemy faction. And something interesting, maybe it's not on purpose, but you don't see any of the crowd of Tokyo. It's almost like these 2 factions are fighting each other underground, like without the knowledge or supervision, without the knowledge of anyone in Tokyo, the police, authorities, no one. It's like these 2 secret factions that are fighting for God knows what stakes. Okay, you have this faction right here, then you have the second faction which you saw from opening 1, then you have our group from this end. I don't know what's happening. I might have figured it out. One second. You see the 2 bangs that this character has? Same guy, isn't it? It's the same guy. I don't know, this reminds me of Tokyo Revengers, where the character had undergone a transformation like this. It kind of took me a few seconds to realize it. So this guy turned into that guy. It's either his past or his future, I'm not sure which one, but those 2 are the same characters. And there you have a very direct imagery with chains and this character being trapped. And I'm not sure whether they're 2 factions or 3 factions, because right now you see them as 2 different characters, but I'm led to believe that they're the same character. See, See this? They had to be the same character. I don't know what's the relationship between those two, if it's the same or not. And then you have a pan out of Tokyo City, again with the Ferris wheel, and that concludes opening 2. Moving on to opening 3. Opening 2 was still pretty good, but opening 1 just, it was an edge above opening 2. Oh, 3D background. This seems to be quite newer. I think the 3rd season of Bungou Stray Dogs came recently. What else do you have? Oh, look at that. Use of 3D and 2D. Oh, shit, it's not easy to pull off. It looks fantastic here, dude. Whoa. Holy shit. It looks so good. I wonder if all the backgrounds are in 3D, even the actual show. Those could make for, holy shit, the lighting. Lots happening on the screen. I'll talk about it in the discussion. Holy shit, man. What the fuck? Look at the visuals. This makes me really want to watch the show. I would say the visuals on this are on par of opening 1, if not better. Again, these two characters back and forth. Damn, dude. All 3 openings. So good. Alright, opening 3. Holy shit, man. The 3D tracking shots. That alone makes this opening stand out from the other 2. Okay, let's get on with the analysis. What really makes these 3D backgrounds stand out is the continuous dynamic lighting that they're employing. And it's not in real time, obviously. It's a time lapse, right? That's why it looks so amazing. It's like time is passing, 3D background, depth of field. You see the characters. God, it looks so good. And then you have these 3 characters shown while the title card comes. Notes are flying from his book, and then those same pages are flowing as this guy is kneeling down, and then it pans to this guy who picks up the bandages of character number 2, I think. And why would you show these 3 characters doing a title card together? Something going on with these 3 characters. At first I was led to believe that this guy and the first character, or main character, are the same, but now I'm inclined to believe that there's some strong parallels between these 2 characters. Either that or this guy is an alternate version of him, because they've really focused heavily on how these 2 are bound by something. Look at these shots, dude. They look so fucking good. The heavy lighting and shadow, and you have these characters just standing there while the background zooms in, zooms out. I've seen this done in Jujutsu Kaisen opening 1, but not as good as this. Look at it. It's a time lapse, 3D background, and the character's also sitting down. It's not easy to pull this off, but they did it. I wonder if they employ this kind of 3D background imagery in their fight scenes, like how Demon Slayer does it. It's definitely the continuous lighting that really makes it stand out. And one of these characters can turn into a cat, apparently. One of these 2, or both of them. And then you have Sherlock Holmes. I don't know why. He reminds me of Benedict Cumberbatch for some reason. And then you have this guy completely enraged, and I am led to believe that this guy is the same as the one we see right now. And then, holy shit, man, the fight scenes in this must be off the charts, seriously. Like, this is an action-heavy show, so they have to sell on the fight scenes, and that's why it's Studio Bones. Something in these openings that I've seen they do, I don't know why they do it. In all 3 openings, there are these concentric circles, almost like a watermark. I don't know why they do it. What is this guy's story? I'm dying to find out. What joins these 2 together? Look at these shots, dude. Fuck. See, these 2 are not the same characters. I mean, they're in the same shot, so they can't be the same character. And they exist in the same timeline, so they're not past, future versions. This guy has to be a brother, an alternative version, a duplicate. It can't just be a random character who is somehow intertwined with this character. They're way too similar. And then you have the title card, and then fades to white. Awesome, dude. I think in terms of visuals, this is the clear winner. In terms of songs, opening 1 is the clear winner, and opening 2 is just somewhere fitting in between these 2. But all 3 of them were like easily 8 out of 10. I think I would give them 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Pretty solid, all 3 of them. I think this show has 3 seasons, so 1 opening for each season. Alright, I think that concludes my discussion on these 3 openings. I was pleasantly surprised by the freaking quality of these 3 openings, especially opening 3. I'm thinking I'm gonna watch that again and again, and I'm really excited to maybe one day watch the show. And I'm pretty hyped to see the fight scenes in this show. These will be fantastic, especially the lighting is on point, the character outfits pretty cool, and seem to be pretty interesting characters. If I'm led to believe that this is similar to Bacano and Durara. I think that'll be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all that jazz. And if you want to see more opening ending reactions, you can do that on my channel page. Of course, you can do that. And I guess I'll see you in those videos. Bye.